Welcome everybody. Tonight is day 2 of your 7-day fast track, and this is the last of the live webinars. Okay, so we do a live webinar on Sunday night and Monday night. There is a pre-recorded video that comes out Monday morning through Saturday morning, and that's the one I was just talking about that you want to make sure that you are watching so that you can know how to use all the awesome features on the website and make you feel more comfortable playing around in that website. So what I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to share my screen with you. You're going to be able to see a website, and you're going to see a website that you will have access to in a little bit. It's going to post into the Shibboleth it'll post into the Shibboleth new member group at 9:15 right after we get off of this video. And it's also a link in your account. So for example, if you go right here to this, I just clicked on the website. If you click right here on this yellow tab, that's going to take you to the videos and print material. And then here's the 1-hour fast track lessons right here, what you did last night and what you're doing tonight. These are on demand for people who cannot participate during our lives. So when you click on these videos, there's some materials there for you to be able to use. I should have clicked on the other one though, because it has the website. Now the website is going to be linked to the post in the Shibboleth new member fast track group, but it is also right there, fast track combinations link. So it's always on the website for you too. So you don't have to worry about keeping up with it in the Shibboleth new member fast track group and Facebook. It'll be right there. Everything that you need is on this right here. Okay, so I just wanted to show you where that was, and we're going to go back to this list. So what I'm going to do tonight is I am going to, hold on, yeah, I'm recording. Okay, cool. That would be bad if I wasn't recording, so I just wanted to double check. Okay, so we're going to go over these columns. These columns are going to have categories in them. What's important for you to do tonight is to start writing down the foods that go in these categories that you like. And then I'm hoping that what you see tonight is how you combine foods. Now, in the beginning, we just do this very, very simply. Very simply. We just teach you how to take some whole foods and put them together in a way that works. But over the course of time that you are in Shibboleth, you're going to venture into our recipe library. You're going to learn how to eat some meal replacements that you might like for simplicity. You're going to, learn to eat from restaurants. You're going to figure out how to make your favorite sandwiches. You just want to make sure that you know how to do that. And then you put together what you're eating along with the 5 daily disciplines that we went over yesterday. So as we come to a new category, I am going to read these out to you. I'm going to go over these cooking oils once, these condiments once, and then we're going to move forward, because once we get through these combinations, we're going to get to a spot on this website that's going to go over some different breads, different milks, different cheeses, things like that, okay? So category 1, and if you're there, I don't care if you're by yourself or with other people, I just want you to say out loud right now what a category 1 is. It's a lean protein. I heard you say that. That was awesome. You can have 2 to 8 ounces of that. I never did measure any of that, but we like to tell you that in case you're curious and you want to know. I just used my hand. One hand would be where your lean protein would go. One hand. So this is where your egg whites are: fish, chicken breast, turkey breast, pork tenderloin, boar's head turkey, boar's head chicken breast, boar's head London broil. The reason boar's head is specifically mentioned is we know it's very, very lean. There are other deli meats in the food library. You just might want to go and search for those. Low-fat cottage cheese, fat-free cottage cheese, Greek plain yogurt, Hebrew National 97% lean beef Franks, one of those, and 96% lean ground meat. Y'all give me a thumbs up if you see at least 3 items on that list that you like. 3 items. because that'll be a good little start for you. Um, and you can actually print this out. It doesn't print very efficiently on a piece of paper. That's why sometimes you might want to write it down. But if you do want to print it out, just know it prints kind of funky because it's hard to print a website like this. But you can do some little checks by those boxes that print out, all right? I saw some hearts on Facebook too. Way to go. Good job. Okay, so I got some likes and on Zoom. Okay, Era, there's only 2 that you like. So what you're going to want to do is for sure write those down, and then you're going to click into the category 1 in the food library, and you're going to find some more that you like. We want to get at least 7 to 10 that you like to get started with, all right? So that's what you're going to want to do. And let me show you how to do that real quick. So I'm just clicking on egg whites. It took me to the food library. See right here, Era, where it says category 1, you're going to click there. It's regenerating. I'm not just sitting here. Okay. And then because you want to get the best lean proteins, see that little ball? I'm going to take that ball and I'm going to scroll that ball over to -3 to -1 so that you can get the best lean proteins. Then I hit that set button and it's going to regenerate my list. And you're going to want to read through here and heart the ones that you think you'd like. Okay, Era, so that's going to be a good way for you to do that. Also, in your new member dashboard, now the dashboard is going to look different than mine, but as a new member, you're going to see a new member dashboard. You click on this food library right here. Era, here's some others that you might want to look through too. And this prints as well, so you can do little checks. So you just got to search and find about 7 to 10 that you really like, okay? So you've identified that you've got a little bit more work to do on that and searching for what lean proteins you like are. Okay, so you see a flame here and you see a plus sign. This means this is excellent for fat burning. There are 5 of the 7 categories that can be eaten by themselves. Who remembers from last night which 5 can be eaten by themselves? And this is an interactive night, so please type in. Definitely a lean protein. That's right, Era. You can eat a lean protein category 1. And Kim added 2 more to that, superfoods. Superfoods and fibrous carbs, you can eat them by themselves. There are 2 more. And Rebecca just simplified it, every one but 3 and 5. That's good, that's good. Okay, so awesome, I love that. It looks like, Catherine, you just need to add 1 more. Add your PF to that, protein plus fat to that. All right, good. I can tell that y'all are starting to get that, excellent. So this is why this is just listed by itself, because if you just wanted to eat that by itself, you could. You cook it up in the right oil. Now last night, and good job, Charlene, on Facebook. Awesome. So we've got 100% MCT oil is our first and most recommended oil. Coconut oil, which is 60% MCTs. Ghee butter, which is 40% MCTs. There's hemp oil, which is really just for health purposes. It's really not that much MCTs. I wouldn't use that really. I'd use one of the others. You might want to use hemp oil like later on once you get into maintenance or something, but these others are going to be better for weight loss. And then you've got PAM 0-calorie cooking spray. So you can use all of those. 1 tablespoon is the amount that you would want to use, basically not go over that amount. You could use less, but you don't want to go over that amount. And obviously 0-calorie cooking spray is just a spray. So MCT oil has a muscle preserving effect and a metabolism building effect, and it has almost no propensity to be stored on the body as fat because it burns up like that. It burns up quickly, so you're going to want to make sure that you cook on low to medium heat. When you're buying MCT oil, make sure the ingredients say 100% MCT oil. Laura, we have it in our store in Kennesaw. Are you trying to buy it from online? Because I know that they've just ordered some. So check back, check back. And you can always call the Dalton store phone number just to see if they have not updated that on the website by chance. And the Dalton phone number is on our website. Any coconut oil, Catherine. But as for the MCT oil, you want to make sure that the ingredients say 100% medium chain triglycerides. You don't want it to say MCT oil on the front of the bottle and then you flip it over and look at ingredients and it says coconut oil. No, that's not what we want. We want 100% MCT oil. I like to use 0-calorie cooking spray when I am cooking a protein plus fat, and I use MCT oil when I am cooking a lean protein or a shellfish. I don't cook shellfish. I just said that for the people that do. I don't like shellfish. So let's have a look right here at condiments. So we didn't really talk much about condiments last night. Condiments are one of those things that make your food taste great. So we have to teach you how to use those, right? But a lot of calories come from condiments. So we do need to be more choosy with those and use less of them. Sonia's saying Walmart had 2 different ghee butters. Make sure the ghee butter that you are getting is from an animal. I saw one time ghee butter from plant-based sources. That's not butter. So just make sure, maybe the 2 different ones were, one was an animal source and one was a plant source. Maybe that was it, Sonia. But any ghee butter will work as long as it is from an animal, not a plant. I don't get the plant one. But okay, condiments. You can use up to 50 calories of condiments on a meal. And you can have 50 calories of condiments on breakfast, lunch, and dinner if you wanted to. But I want you to think about that because we are trying to have a calorie deficit. And if you are always putting condiments on there when you don't really need them, then you're just not getting into your calorie deficit quicker. So I just want you to be choosy. If you're using a condiment that really your food needs it in order to taste like it should, then use the condiment. But if you find that you do not need to slap a piece of cheese on everything that you eat, then let's just stop doing that and save those calories. But 0-calorie condiments work, 15-calorie or less spices and seasonings, salt and pepper, 15-calorie or less coffee creamers, salsa, salsa, reduced sugar ketchup, mustard, hot sauce, Kraft fat-free mayo. This is a tiny list of condiments, tiny. The condiment list is huge. You can click on the condiments in the food library. So I'm going to click right here. I'm going to show you. Whenever I click on an item in that, it takes me to condiments. So look at all these. These are all 0-calorie condiments. We do sell these in our store, and these are calorie-free. You may see this brand, Walden Farms, out in stores, but really be careful when you go to purchase anything out in a store because it may say fat-free and it may say sugar-free. That does not mean that it's calorie-free. So we carry all of those, and those are all calorie-free. But look right here on the side. If you're looking at this on your phone, it would be further down. But right there, see where it says condiments? I'm going to click right there. And there's a whole bunch of condiments. So you just need to read through them. Do you see how I have hearted the ones that I like, that I know that I like? And let's say, oh, I like an au jus gravy mix. I'm going to heart that. And if you look right here next to it, see that 25? That's the number of other members who have marked that they like that. So that's really cool. And this little button right here is if you want to add it to a grocery list. You can add it to a grocery list. Now, part of one of my lessons later in the week in the pre-recorded videos is how to create a grocery list, because to add a food to a grocery list, you need to already have a grocery list created. Otherwise, it won't have any to pull up to add to. So you got to do that. So you want to go through here and kind of look. There, a barbecue sauce. I like barbecue sauce. So we'll just mark some of those just to show you there's where your condiments are. But here's something that's really interesting. There are so many things that can be used as a condiment that you've got to know a rule about the condiments. So we call it the 5, 2, and few rule. 5, 2, and few. So 5 means you're going to look for the sugar content in that ingredient, on that nutrition label. You want your sugar content on a condiment to be 5 grams of sugar or less per serving. The next thing you're going to look at is the fat content. You want it to be 2 grams or less per serving. So let's say that you're walking through the grocery store and you pick up a barbecue sauce. You pull out your app, you go to, your phone, you go to the mobile friendly website or the app, either one. You could go there and you look that up. And you don't find that particular barbecue sauce. You don't have to go into the Shibboleth Fixed It group and get it approved or anything like that. You just look at the nutrition label. You're going to look at the sugar content and the fat content. As long as it met those 2 rules, 5 sugars or less, 2 grams of fat or less, and you're not going to use more than 50 calories worth of total condiments on a meal, then you can use that particular item. And if you want a trick on how to remember 5 sugars, the word sugar has 5 letters in it. So just use that when you're standing there, when you're thinking, how many sugars and fats did she say to look for? So look for that. Let's say that you want to use 2 condiments on a meal. Let's say that you put a piece of cheese as a condiment on a 96% lean ground beef hamburger patty. Cheese, what I use, is typically 30 calories. Well, if I can have 50 calories on a meal, that means I have 20 more calories to play with. If I want onion or tomato, it needs to just be a little small slice of that to not have, those don't really have that many calories in it, but unless you use a whole bunch. So just make it just a little bit. Maybe I don't like onions or tomatoes and I want some ketchup. Then I got 20 calories worth to play with on ketchup. Mustard doesn't have any calories, so you could use that. If you want to salt and pepper it, you could use that. And if you like a lot of condiments, then you're going to want to use the 0-calorie condiments because you can use as much of those as you want to because there's no calories in them. So any questions about cooking oils or condiments, please let me know. If you think of them, just go ahead and ask for that. But what this row is saying is that you can have a category 1 cooked up in the right oil, doctored up with the right condiments, and have an excellent fat burning meal. Excellent. So we're going to scroll down again. This one's going to be super easy to go over because all this is doing is introducing a new category to you, saying that you can cook it up in the right oil and doctor it up with the right condiments. This is shellfish. Now, last night, I told you guys that shellfish is really just a what? Please type that in for me. That's right, Kim, Laura, that's excellent. Yes, and Catherine, thank you. Yes, shellfish is just a lean protein. Great job, Era. Okay, so when somebody says to you, you need to put a lean protein with that, just know that it can be a category 1 or a category 7 lean protein. Yes, Dolores, awesome, thank you. Okay, so you can have 2 to 8 ounces of that, or just use your one hand as to cover it up on your plate, and that would be your amount. So crab, lobster, shrimp, scallops, oysters, mussels, clams. So that's just a short list. There's a lot more in there in the food library. That's a short list. I also want you to know that an item does not, a food item or something that comes from the ocean or the lake does not have to have a shell to be a shellfish. It just goes in that category anyway. My example is octopus. So if you wanted to eat octopus, it doesn't have a shell, but it just goes in that category, okay? But all fish is a category 1 lean protein. But all those other random things that live in water go there, category 7. So you can eat category 7 by itself, but that doesn't mean that you double it up and put it under both hands though, okay? It still goes under a portion control because that's protein that's under that one hand. We're going to scroll up, and here's another category. This category does not have a number, but we want to talk about hemp, okay? Hemp is really, really good for you. It took me a few minutes to come around to hemp and hemp products, and I just want to talk about them right now. That way you'll know a little bit about them. But if you're thinking, okay, I'm trying to learn a lot right now, I'm going to have to learn about hemp later, yeah, that's fine, but we want to go ahead and introduce it to you. So HHF stands for two things. HH stands for hemp hearts. The HF stands for hemp flakes. So we just shorten it to HHF. So hemp hearts and hemp flakes, very sweet hemp flakes, hemp protein powder, and hemp oils. Those are some hemp products that you can use. They are really good for you. They're like having a quart or two of mother's milk, which is just so good for us as humans. So hemp hearts are a category 6 superfood. A category 6 superfood, the reason something qualifies to be a superfood is it has all 4 macronutrients in there. So it's got water in there. And most people don't, if you know anything about nutrition, people don't really think of water as a macronutrient. But you live on planet Shibboleth now, and we consider water a macronutrient. In fact, it is the most important macronutrient. It's a 0-calorie macronutrient too. We need to have at least 64 ounces a day at a minimum. But if you're shooting for that gallon and you're working hard to get it, you're going to be much more mentally and physically satisfied. If water is a problem due to a doctor telling you not to have that much, then you follow the doctor's orders, but you can probably still get in the minimum. But you're going to be happier if you are using that as your freebie, your very first and favorite freebie if you get a little hungry. So we have hemp hearts are a category 6 superfood, which means you've got your water in it, you've got protein in it, you've got carbs in it, and you have fat in it. So all 4 of those things are in hemp hearts. Hemp flakes are a defatted hemp heart. So if you take all of those 4 and you remove the fat, you're left with the water, the protein, and the carbs, which is in this case is a fibrous carb, which is really good. So hemp hearts are a category 6 because it has all of the macronutrients in it. Hemp flakes are a category 1 and 2 because they are a lean protein and a fibrous carb together. Very sweet hemp flakes have had a little bit of a tiny drop of maple syrup added to it, and they've had mesquite and cassava seasoning in there, which they're really, really good. I actually had some of those for dinner tonight. And yes, I do eat them by themselves sometimes. I actually eat them like cereal. They taste like cereal to me. And I eat them with a spoon. So, okay, category 1, lean protein. You can have 2 to 8 ounces. So we've already gone over this list. You could put some of these hemp products with that, cook it up in the right oil, and throw on the right condiments and have an excellent fat-burning meal. We're going to scroll down, and this is going to show you that you could also do the exact same thing with category 7. Category 7. I'm going to show you something else because I want you to be able to learn about hemp in a video that's done by Travis. So see right here, videos and print material. You can click right there. It's going to take you to our amazing and awesome video library. See this search button right here? If you type in hemp and hit the search button, all of these that have had hemp mentioned in them are going to pull up. But this one right here is the one I want you to watch. The phase 2 hemp hearts and hemp flakes for weight loss and wellness. It is so good. It is so good. See, I've actually hearted it. You can heart your favorite videos too, in case you ever want to go back to that. All right, what I'm going to do is put this into the chat in case you want to copy that. Okay, so that's how I want you to learn more about hemp products because we don't have time to hit all of that tonight. All right, we have come to a new column here with a new category, category 2, fibrous carbs. In weight loss, a half a cup is really best. If you want to try to go up to a cup in maintenance, you can try that at that time, but half a cup is best in weight loss, but still, use your hand. Broccoli, asparagus, squash, okra, green leafy vegetables, spinach, cabbage, cucumbers, bell peppers, hot peppers, cauliflower, kraut, and dill pickles. Give me some thumbs up if you saw at least 3 things in that list that you like. So, Leisha, I'm looking at your question on here. I don't know what that stuff means, but I do know that Travis does recommend the Now MCT oil, so it should be fine. It should be fine. Okay, so Era, what you're going to do is the same exact thing as before, same exact thing. You also need to know that there are some category 2 breads that are going to work for a category 2 for you. So, but you do want to try to find some vegetables that you also might like to eat. Although I'm not a real big vegetable fan myself, and I eat whatever I figured out that's category 2. Guess what I just have right here? I did some shopping at the store tonight at the Shibboleth store. This is a category 2 flatbread cracker that I really like. So I use this as a category 2 sometimes. I'll use bread as a category 2. Era, which one do you like on that list? Laura said half a cup seems like nothing. Well, you can do underneath this hand, okay? Underneath this hand. Okay, so Era, you like okra. Good thing about okra, do you like it cooked in all different kinds of ways? Because you could use an air fryer and put some Carb Quick on there and almost like make it like a fried okra. Green beans are a category 2. Yes, Era. Yes. And so as you're seeing, this is just a tiny list, tiny list. So you're going to want to go through that same activity as before. Go to the food library in your new member dashboard, look there and find them out because you really want to find 7 to 10 that you truly like and enjoy. So what we're seeing right here in this row is that you can put anything from this list with anything from this list, cook it up in the right oil, doctor it up with the right condiments, and you will have an excellent fat-burning meal. In fact, what we call category 1 and 2 together is exercise on a plate. Exercise on a plate. Here's why. The calories that are in that, it takes so much caloric activity in digesting that food that you're burning the amount of calories that are in those foods while you're eating and digesting them. So it's really like a wash. If you want this and this to be the fastest fat burning combination, you're going to add this MCT oil to it and it'll make it the fastest fat burning combination because that MCT oil is thermogenic, so it burns a few extra calories too. Good, awesome, awesome. So this right here is your really great combination. We're going to scroll down again, and we are going to see that you could also have category 7 shellfish with category 2 fibrous carbs cooked up in the right cooking oil with the right condiments and have an excellent fat-burning meal. We're going to scroll down again. We're going to talk about what some superfoods are, but I'm going to show you something. Do you see this plus sign? What is now gone? The flame. The flame is gone. Okay. Now, that doesn't mean you're out of EFB. That doesn't mean anything like that with this. What this means is we're just trying to teach you the hierarchy of which meals are going to be better for fat burning. That's what we're doing. We're burning fat. So those other meals are going to be better for fat burning. But guess what this meal is going to be? It's going to be great for fat burning. It's just that those others are excellent for fat burning. This is still great, all right? So you still can do these. It's just that if you do this every single meal, you may not see the results that you want. But to get the variety that you want, you might want to do this, once a week or something, just depending on what you like and what kind of food you like. So category 6 superfood, and again, tiny, tiny list here. Pintos, black beans, red beans, soybeans. And do you see how it says 1 cup to 1.5 cups? That is if you are eating it by itself. If you're eating it by itself. When you add that to another food category and combine it, you're going to need to use your 2-hand rule and have it all underneath your hands and stuff, okay? So peanut butter, 2 tablespoons, and then nuts, 2 handfuls, and seeds, 2 handfuls. You can use that all by itself. This peanut butter, there's also a hierarchy in peanut butter, good, better, and best. One of the best is better than peanut butter. And you can have actually 4 tablespoons of that. So if you're looking for quantity, the better than peanut butter, you get 4 tablespoons. But the other ones that are really good too is the Nuts and More, which is a high protein spread that's really great flavors. It was actually found on Shark Tank, which is really cool. And then the Peanut Butter and Company. So those are really your best. But you can buy Jif Natural. It works too. It's just that some other peanut butters that have been more fortified with proteins are best. But the others still work. So you can eat this by itself, and you could throw on the condiments that you want to make it taste like you want it to, and you have a great fat-burning meal. Now let's scroll down again. What else do you not see? There is a column that isn't here anymore. What column is missing? The oils. That's right, the oils. So the oils is missing. Well, that's because these are going to bring more of an insulin release because they have more carbs in them. And you don't want to put oils with that, because if you have carbs and fat out in your body at the same time, the fat is going to get collected. Well, while we are trying to efficiently burn fat off of our body, we don't need to be collecting new fat. All right, so that's why the oils are no longer there. But you still could use 0-calorie cooking spray, obviously. Okay, so now this is showing you, I've already read these 2 lists, so I'm not going to reread them, but what this is showing you is that you can put category 6 with a category 2, doctor it up with the right condiments, and you have a great fat-burning meal. This is also where you can find a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Let me explain who you have. Peanut butter, right there. Now, we don't have it listed right here, but I know that there are category 2 breads in this category. So you have peanut butter. You could do 2 slices of Sara Lee 45-calorie delightful bread and use some sugar-free jelly, which isn't in this list either, but I know it's an approved condiment, and you have peanut butter and jelly. Okay, which is great. All right, we are going to scroll down again, and we have come to a new row. A good brand of jelly. What did I buy? I don't know. Let's look jelly up real quick. If somebody has an opinion about a good jelly, please mention it. Otherwise, I'm going to look jelly up. And when you say you can't find a good one, does it mean you don't like the way it tastes? Oops, I misspelled jelly. That's not going to work, is it? These tools that you now have at your fingertips are unbelievably awesome. I never have to wonder or even actually do the work myself now when I go to the grocery store. Okay, so we've got the Great Value sugar-free jelly. Have you tried that one? 33 people have said they like that. And then here's Nature's Hollow sugar-free preserves or jam. And I think this is what I bought. Oh no, I don't know. I bought probably Smucker. I probably bought Welch's. Rebecca says Polaner, sugar-free, Smucker's low sugar, and Polaner is on there. Okay, so anything that's sugar-free or just meets the rule. What's the rule? Y'all tell me what's the rule about condiments. 5, 2, and few. Awesome, awesome. Just you can find one that fits that rule too. Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so we've come to a new row. New category. Category 4, protein plus fat. Look at this, 2 to 6 ounces. Do you see how it went down a little bit? I still have never measured anything or weighed anything. I still just put it under my hand and eat it. And I lost 50 pounds. So what I'm trying to say these things is don't stress out about it. But when you get closer to your goal weight, we might have to tweak at that time. But just getting started, just use your hands. But if you want to weigh, or if you're in a restaurant and you say, oh, there's a 6 ounce and an 8 ounce steak choice, go for the 6. So that's the type of information that'll help you. Okay, protein plus fat. The reason that you have a few less ounces is because 1 gram of protein, like in the lean protein or the shellfish, has 4 calories per gram. 1 gram of fat has 9. So basically you're getting a little bit less, but you're still getting the same amount of calories that you need to live. So that's why it's a little bit less there. So you got your whole eggs here, whereas your egg whites were in the lean protein category. All cuts of steak are here, pork ribs, beef ribs, turkey spam, pulled pork, beef brisket, 93% lean up to 95.9% lean ground meat, and turkey kielbasa as long as no more than 50% of the calories come from fat. So y'all give me some thumbs up if you see 3 or more things on this list you like. Laura, would whole eggs be really 1 whole egg? Whole eggs, you could eat 2. Is that what you're asking me? You can have 2 whole eggs if you want that. Okay. Sonia, good. I see Sonia likes more than 3 things on that list. Good. Good, Laura. Awesome, Catherine. Good. So Era, what I am going to have to do with you is I'm going to get you to fill out a sheet. Y'all, this is for everybody's purposes. I'm going to click on whole eggs because it'll take me to the website. Era, I want you to come to this green button. Hey, no problem. Hey, Era, we can figure this out. We're going to figure it out. First of all, you might be a girl that like I like a lot of stuff on that protein plus fat list, but you also may be a girl that likes meal replacements like me. Okay, we're going to scroll down here to see where it says worksheets. You're going to click on worksheets. Right here where it says custom void replacements, you're going to click there. And you're going to hit create. And you are going to write in here, well, that's not the one I wanted, but see where it says ice cream, all that, that's not what we're focused on. But this will help you come up with custom void replacements for that. I really wasn't wanting to talk about ice cream tonight, so I don't know why I went there. Oh, I'm looking for a certain worksheet, bear with me. Okay, this is the one I wanted. All right, and it is called, we'll go back and tell you what it's called in just a second. What I want you to do, Era, is I want you, and this is digital, so as long as you're a lifetime member, you have access to these, a Tiger's Eye member. I want you to write in what you eat for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks so that we can then transition those things over into what would be approved for Shibboleth. And you can create as many of these worksheets as you need. So after you've typed this in, you can schedule a mentor appointment and they're going to help you figure that part out, all right? Or you could do the work by looking into the food library and see what void replacements were. Then after you have filled this in, you're going to hit save. So you're going to want to do some, that's okay, totally fine. We're going to help you figure all of this out. There's lots of options on Shibboleth, so don't worry about being picky. It just might take an extra step or 2 to get it figured out. Then you're going to hit save and it'll save that, all right? Okay, so let's go back to our worksheet. So category 4, can it be eaten by itself? Yes, awesome. It can be eaten by itself. Now, obviously, what that means is you can get up in the morning and make yourself some whole eggs, and there you go. This often hits me when I go to a luncheon, and this luncheon, I'm like, okay, that's going to bring the fat bus, that's going to bring the fat bus, that's going to bring the fat bus. Oh, they have a piece of steak. I'll eat the steak. And then I'm good to go. I've had a meal that is not bringing an insulin release. But optimally, you'd pair it with a category 2. So you might do egg and spinach omelet. You could put a slice of cheese in there because we're going to get to some condiments that are the cheese in just a second. That would be a great meal. So you could take something from this list and something from this list and put it together, and you're going to have a great fat-burning meal. So let's have a look real quick right here. Let's look at this turkey Spam. I always love to talk about turkey Spam. The reason I do is because turkey Spam is really not that great for you. But Shibboleth is not about deciding which foods you are going to eat. We're here to teach you how to eat the foods you like. So if you like turkey Spam, just know it will work for fat loss when combined properly and portion controlled. If you're thinking there's no way I'd eat turkey Spam, then don't eat it. If you are on this spectrum over here, I am a grass-fed, grass-finished kind of girl, and that's all I'm going to eat, then eat it. But eat it in the right combinations with all of the parts of the shield in place, and you are going to have excellent fat-burning results. If you are I can afford turkey Spam, then eat it. Combined in the right way, portion controlled, and you're going to have great results, okay? So we're here to teach you everything that you can do and that will work. We're not here to pigeonhole people into a certain type of thing. You know, we've heard all these other ways to eat. But we're not going to pigeonhole somebody. We're going to teach you how to eat the foods that are out there in the right combinations to control insulin to achieve the results you're looking for. All right, we're going to scroll down again. Laura, let's see. I'm sure we could take care of that. Let me write that down. And is Laura Anderson your username? I mean, that's how you got your Shibboleth membership? Okay, I'll handle that tomorrow. All right, let's have a look at this. So we've got category 3. It is a new category. So energy carbs. So 1/4 of a cup would be best for weight loss. You might could go up to 1/2 a cup in maintenance, but I've even had people tell me that didn't work for them very well. So they kind of stick with a 1/4 of a cup for that. Now, you might be thinking that doesn't sound like a whole bunch, but we are putting 3 things on the I'm writing that down, Dolores. Dolores, was that under your name? Dolores Farrell? Okay. All right, we'll take care of that tomorrow. Okay, category 3, energy carb. If you want to eat a category 3 energy carb, what must it be combined with? It must be combined with a lean protein and a fibrous carb. That's excellent. And so that's what we've got shown right here. And it can be something from the category 1 or it can be from shellfish. So you're going to pick something from this list and something from this list and something from this list, and you're going to put that together and you're going to have a properly combined meal. You're going to have more flavors on your plate. You may have less fibrous carbs because you might not be filling up that whole hand area. But you're going to have more flavors. So you just got to depend on, do you want more broccoli or do you want a little bit of corn and broccoli? You know, it's just that decision you got to make. But we're going to teach you how to do all of that. And let's read what's in this list. All potatoes are here. Your oatmeal, steel cut oats, weight control oatmeal, long grain brown rice, not white. White is not approved for a perfect day. Quinoa, lima beans. Most of your lighter colored beans are here, but look up the beans just to make sure, because some lighter colored beans are a superfood based on their nutritional makeup. All of your peas are here, tomato, onions, carrots, whole wheat pasta, whole grain pasta. I'm going to talk about this pasta. Personally, I wouldn't use any whole grain pastas from the store just because 1/4 of a cup That doesn't seem like very much when there's other better pastas that you could use and you get a little bit more of it. So personally, I like the Explore Cuisine pasta. It is a category 1 and 2. It's a category 1 and 2 together. So that means it has lean protein and fibrous carb in there together. It also, you can also use the carbonara pasta. It's a category 1, 2, and 3. So let's think about those pastas. If it's a category 1, 2, and 3 all together, if you wanted some meat with that, which category does it need to come from? And Dolores, did you do the 1-year membership on Saturday? Yes, Catherine. Yep, it needs to come from the lean protein category. If you are doing the category 1 and 2 pasta that I talked about, and you wanted a piece of meat with that or some meat with that, what 2 categories? It could come from lean protein and fibrous carb. So it's that 3 that was in that 1 pasta that tells you can't have a protein plus fat with that. Okay, good. Okay. All right. So let's talk about what this might be. Let's say you want some lima beans. You're going to need to possibly put some chicken breast and some spinach with it, and you're going to eat that. Lima beans are going to bring a little bit more of an insulin release, but add a 1/4 cup. Did you overeat lima beans? No, you didn't. So you're going to have an insulin release will come out, but the chicken breast, the protein in the chicken breast, and the fiber in the spinach are going to help neutralize the insulin release that came out from the lima beans. So it's scientific. It's very scientific. And you'll notice we don't have any fat in this. There's no fat in that meal. So there is no fat to be collected because you ate lima beans. Got to keep that in mind. You do not have a fat in the same meal with a category 3. So let's talk about carrots. Carrots are a category 3. When they're cooked, they're much more sugary. So that's why you want to make sure that you call them a category 3. If you are eating raw carrots, you can have them actually as a freebie if you just want to eat some carrots to ward off hunger. Onions and tomatoes, people often say, wow, can I just eat those with stuff? Well, they do bring more of an insulin release depending on how much you've used of it. So if you are using up to a 1/4 cup of either one of those, make sure you combine it properly. If you're just using a thin little slice of those as a condiment, you can use it as a condiment. But if you're using a 1/4 cup, you need to call it a category 3 to keep you safe. Everything that we do and say and direct you in is to keep you safe in what you are doing. Okay. Peas, all of your peas are here. And then, yep, that's all I'm going to hit on there. We're going to scroll up again. We're going to hit category 5, fruit. All of your fruit is in the fruit category. So fruit, how much you can have of that just kind of varies. You'll want to look those up individually in the food library till you get your mind set on how much of the fruits that you like are, okay? But remember, category 3s and 5s, you do not eat them by themselves. They must be combined properly. Fruit can be added in as a snack once you get into maintenance, but not when we are in the nutritional situation of weight loss. Berries, apples, oranges, grapefruit, and then all fruit. I'm not going to read all that, but I am going to draw an imaginary line under grapefruit because these 4 are really your best for weight loss. They have the lowest glycemic impact. And when we're talking apples, we're talking, small or possibly medium, but not one of those big, huge, giant apples. So oranges is small or medium, that kind of thing. So if you want to wake up in the morning and you want to have some fruit, it must be combined with a category, with a lean protein and a fibrous carb. So I might make myself an egg white spinach omelet. I'm actually not a big, huge fan of egg whites just scrambled, but I do like them with spinach in them. And I do like them boiled, and I take out the yolk and throw it out, and I'll eat the egg whites with a little bit of salt on them. I think that's really good. And I like egg whites as the liquid base in some of these powdered protein shakes. The egg whites, if you do that as your liquid, will help you stay satisfied longer. It also kind of makes it very frothy. We really like for you to use the egg whites from our store on that. You don't have to, but it's been triple tested for salmonella. If you're going to use it not cooked, that's an important thing to know. You can use egg beaters. Yes, egg beaters are typically, let's look them up real quick. Egg beaters are often egg whites with a little yellow coloring, so that's why, but I don't buy them, so I need to look them up. Okay, Egg Beaters Original and Egg Beaters Southwestern Style are both approved. Yes, they are category 1, Laura. So yes, up to 1 cup of them can be used. And then look, I just want to show you something super cool. So we got the Egg Beaters right there. Do you see how I scrolled down? These are all of the recipes that include using egg beaters. There's 2 pages of recipes. There's one right there. 186 people have said that they like the French toast in a mug recipe. Yum. Let's click on that. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Let's see what it says. 1 to 1.5 tablespoons of Walden Farms pancake syrup, 1 slice of approved category 2 bread, 1 teaspoon ground cinnamon, 1 teaspoon vanilla, half a tablespoon of sugar-free chocolate chips. It says optional, but I'd have to have them. Half a tablespoon of ghee butter at room temperature, says it's optional on that. Half a cup of Carb Master milk, and then a half a cup of egg whites or egg beaters, and then some salt if you want it. Then it looks like you just whip it up and put it in a cup, and yum, that sounds great. So guess what I'm going to do? See this heart? I'm going to heart it. It now moves into my personal favorites in my recipes. See that button right here? Those are where my favorites are. So the big giant recipe library on here is made smaller for personal and personalized for me when I heart things. It's also a -1 on the weight loss meter, which is great. Now look right here. Do you see this button? If I want to add all of that to my grocery list, I can do this because I already have a grocery list created. You have to create a grocery list first, okay? And then watch this. I go back to this green button here, scroll to right here where it says my grocery lists. I'm going to click on that grocery list I just created tonight. And it popped. There's my Egg Beaters Original. It popped everything in there. And if you don't need it, like I don't know what this Z thing is, I'm going to remove that. Let's say that I already have that Z thing must be a little fluke, so I'll just leave it there and not worry about it. But let's say I already have Pam cooking spray or something similar at home. I'm going to remove that. So it removed that. Do you see how it removed that and took it away? Look at what else it did. It gives me a title of my own personal grocery list, and it puts everything into its category, so that also helps you learn things. Absolutely amazing. Amazing. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? I love it. Okay. I could talk forever about this stuff, and I'm talking too long, man. Okay, so now what we're going to do is real quick, I am going to hit some of these foods here because there's other things that we need to go over. Category 2, breads. I know this is usually a hallelujah moment for people. The reason that these breads qualify to be a category 2 is because they are going to break down in your body more like a green bean does than a bread. So because they've got enough fiber in them. So a 50-calorie tortilla from La Tortilla Factory, the Olay Extreme Wellness High Fiber Tortillas, Healthy Life Bread, Nature's Own Double Fiber Wheat Bread. But please keep in mind that not all Nature's Own products are category 2. Some of them are category 3s. I don't know why you'd ever eat a category 3 bread again because we got plenty of category 2 choices. Brand Crisp bread, they call it a bread, but it's really a cracker, a dry cracker, and it's pretty good. I like it a lot. Healthy Life hot dog buns. Yeah, you can have a 1 and a 2 as a hot dog. A category 1 Hebrew National 97% Frank, and a Healthy Life Mind, you've got a 1 and a 2 right there. Thomas Light English muffins, the 100-calorie ones. You never want more than 100 calories of bread or tortillas in a meal, and really just don't eat 2 if you don't need to. Like, for example, if I'm making the fat-burning chicken enchiladas, then I will end up eating 2 because my whole meal is wrapped up in 2 different ones that I've cooked in a pan and I'm going to eat them. But if I'm making myself a wrap, I only need 1. It would be silly to do 2 because I'm going to put all of my meat and other things that I want in 1. And then I'm going to put these babies, 8 of these as a category 2 side. I'm going to put 8 of these next to my wrap, and I have a very filling, delicious meal. Okay, approved sweeteners: stevia, Splenda, monk fruit, xylitol. I'm going to touch on that Splenda right now. Is Splenda good for you, bad for you? You may have an opinion. We're not telling you either way. We're just saying you can use it. If you don't want to use it, then don't. But it's not like we're promoting it. We just tell you what works. You then choose whether or not you want to use an artificial sweetener. Okay, approved beverages. Obviously, we got to get our water in. This is my last bottle for the day. I need to be working on that. 0-calorie beverages of any type work, but they do not take the place of your water. Unsweet or approved tea works, but it doesn't take the place of your water. You can have coffee, but make sure you're using approved sweeteners, which means 15 calories or less coffee creamers. You could also use up to 30 calories of a ready-to-drink protein shake that you are using to put in your coffee. If you choose to do that, that would give you a little bit of texture, a little bit of sweet, and a little bit of extra flavor in there. So you may want to try to use that and have it in your pantry, your fridge, and then pour it out, but no more than 30 calories if you're going to do that. And I would not be doing that all day because those calories add up. That would really be good if you're just doing like 1 coffee. You're a 1 coffee kind of person. So cheese, you can use up to 50 calories of condiments: fat-free feta cheese, Kraft fat-free cheese, Borden fat-free cheese, Cabot extra light cheese, Laura Lynn fat-free cheese, Kroger brand fat-free cheese, and Lifetime fat-free cheese. Travis says that this Lifetime fat-free cheese one is the best, so he buys that and has it just mailed to his house. I buy the Cabot extra light cheese, which is a category 4, and I buy the Borden fat-free cheese, which is a category 1. You just got to find which cheese you like best. Lean proteins, these milks, then yeah, Sonia, don't use them then. That's right, don't use them. Don't use them. Because if it bothers you, for sure, stay far, far away from them. Okay, lean protein milks. You could do 8 up to 16 ounces depending on how you're using it. If you are using one of these lean protein milks as a component of your meal as a category 1, you do up to 8 ounces. If you are just drinking a big old glass of milk for your meal, then you could do up to 16 ounces. Fat-free Fairlife milk can be found just about everywhere. Kroger Carb Master milk is only at Kroger, but they do have 3 flavors: original, vanilla, and chocolate. I really like the vanilla and chocolate. They're so good. And then fat-free Fairlife milk is just its own original flavor. Once you go into the chocolate milk on that fat-free Fairlife milk, it's no longer a lean protein. So you'd want to look that up and make sure you use it accordingly. Breadings and flours. This is good news because we can make, there is a cornbread recipe in there that people absolutely love. It's called Perfect Cornbread. So you can make perfect cornbread, but coconut flour, Carb Quick flour, Bob's TVP, which is textured vegetable protein, almond flour. This Carb Quick flour is a category 2 fibrous carb. I make these cheddar garlic biscuits and use that as a category 2 fibrous carb sometimes. I'll have a 96% lean ground beef patty right there, and then I'll have 2 fibrous carb biscuits, because I think the one that I made, you could have 2 as a serving. I hope so anyway. Cereals: Kashi Go Lean Original, K's Natural, and High-Low Nutritious Living. This is a short list. This list is just meant to get you started. You can have 1 cup up to 1.5 cups, and you can have those milks with it. There's also what we have called phase 2 cereals. I don't want people to get confused with what phase 1 and phase 2 is. I want you to know that phase 1 is the foundation of the program. You are never going to be living outside of phase one. Phase one is always what you're going to be doing. So there is no moving into phase two. Okay, but what phase two is it's us teaching you different things that you can eat in the grocery store. So for example, what soups could you eat? What frozen meals could you eat? What boxed items in the inner aisles of the grocery store could you eat? So we have all of that listed in the food library, and we'll kind of open that up to you. But you can click on it in the food library. They're just called phase two soups, phase two frozen meals, phase two cereals. So a lot of times people ask me about almond milk. If you want to use almond milk, you can. It just has to be unsweetened. And you also want to make sure that you are only doing that with what we call a phase one cereal. Reason being is the almond milk is a category 4 protein plus fat, and you need your cereal to be much less starchy because it has that fat in it. But you can do it with a phase one cereal. But if you're going to eat a phase two cereal ever, never do almond milk with it. You'd want to do one of these milks with it. I'm not going to go over those condiments because we talked about that enough. And I'm going to briefly hit restaurants, and then I am going to show you where the rest of my bag tonight, what I bought at the store, okay? So restaurants, what I want you to do with the restaurants is I want you to go into the restaurant guide. I want you to scroll through the guide and familiarize yourself. Well, actually, just search for the restaurants that you eat at the most often. Click there. Go through there and click on something that you would want to order. Because what is ultra important in this is to order specifically how it is written. So, for example, let's say that you go to Zaxby's and you want a grilled chicken salad. It is going to say, order without croutons, fried crunchies, and the Texas toast. Then it's also going to give you some more options to make it even better for fat burning. And if that's something that you're interested in, you can order it how it says it. So you never look at it and go, oh, it's got so-and-so, I'm going to order that. You got to open it up all the way and make sure you read how to order it. And everything that we're teaching you or writing in there is to keep you safe, to keep you in EFB, to keep you quickly achieving the results that you want. But let's go over Chick-fil-A real quick because it's super popular. You could do 8 to 12 grilled chicken nuggets. Just save the fries for a holiday. You could do a side salad, and the dressing that you could do there is light Italian. If you were willing to give up 4 nuggets to get the fried nuggets, which this girl is right here, you could do 8 fried nuggets with a side salad. You can also do their fried filet, their spicy fried filet, and their grilled filet. You're just not going to eat the bun. I do that sometimes because I feel like that meat is a little bit juicier than the nuggets. So I just switch that up. But I also always order a side salad with that and save fries. I still eat their fries. I just eat them on a holiday. I just don't have to eat them every day. I don't need 365 holidays in a year. I need those every so often. Okay, the other thing that I want you to see, I'm going to pop over to this group. This is the Shibboleth New Member Fast Track group. Do you see where the announcements are at the top? It says see all. You can click there and just start reading through them. Or you can type in right here, meal replacements, and hit the search bar. Somebody asked me in this class one night, please type in your top 10 favorite meal replacements. So I did. I'm going to show you those. But look right here. This is what I ate for my first 20 days in Shibboleth. Okay, it is not a magical meal plan. It is just me trying to figure this out. But you can look at that and you can see that. So there's an image right there. And this was the second page of it. You'll see I ate a lot of Mighty Muffins. Look, I ate a lot of Mighty Muffins because I was trying to figure this out. And I knew that a Mighty Muffin, which by the way is the meal replacement, it kept me satisfied. I liked the taste of it, and it kept me in EFB. I lost 12.5 pounds following that in my first 20 days. And then, so we're going to scroll down here, and y'all watch all these things. Every little bit of information that you get is helpful. So we're going to scroll down until I get to the one. Oh, this is really good video that shows you the origins of Shibboleth, how it got named that. Right here. If you come right to here to this one, this is my favorite meal replacements All of them are linked, okay? And then I just give you any other information that I think you might need. Okay, so that would be a great place to find some meal replacements that are really yummy because I only like yummy things. Okay, this is the Buff Baked cookies, which are right there. And this, you could do, there's 4 cookies in there. You could like do 2 as an extra, 3 as a snack, 4 as a meal. I'm not going to open this up and not finish all 4. So I just do this as a meal replacement. And I like to put some Kroger Carb Master milk with it and make it a full meal replacement because there's enough protein in that to make that be a full meal replacement. Michelle is saying that chocolate caramel pecan quest protein bar is really, really good. I also have, this is Cocoa Ringa. This is a moringa hot chocolate. This is not used the same as one of our high protein hot chocolates. It's not used the same, but this is a superfood. It's really, really good for you. So if you like the bio coffee, you can mix 1 packet of bio coffee with 1 packet of that. You could use that as a meal. Travis does that a lot for breakfast, or it's a snack, or split them up during the day if you want to have half a snack in the morning and half in the afternoon. I also really like Power Crunch bars. So I do these for a meal replacement. My favorite right now is this salted caramel. It's delicious. And then I also bought peanut butter fudge. These are like sugar wafer cookies, if you like those. And then, oh, I don't have a hemp bar. I was going to show you that, but I will. And then this is the Health-Wise chips. Y'all, these are only $1.30 a bag. I mean, that's a deal. $1.30 a bag. These are high protein chips, high protein chips. So you can use these next to a sandwich or a wrap as your crunchy, if you like that crunchy next to a sandwich or a wrap. And you can use these as long as the rest of what is on your plate does not include any 3s or 5s. Okay? So you could use that. Or guess what? 1 bag is a snack, 2 bags is a meal replacement. Do you ever have those days where you just want to sit and eat some chips? I do. So guess what? I eat 2 bags of chips. Guess what I did? I sat and ate chips. Guess what it felt like I was doing? Eating chips. Did it hurt me? No. I called it a meal replacement and moved on. It was absolutely awesome. So I hope that y'all like that. Okay, Michelle says the key lime pie Power Crunch is great too. Yeah, I had that one at the beach. Oh, it was really, really good. Really good. Well, do y'all have any other questions or anything that you want me to show you on the website? Now, who did this today? Who went to the group today and found I'm going to see if anybody commented on today's post. Okay, so day 2 of 7-day fast track. That was posted this morning. And look, it's your little list of things that I want you to do today. Because anything that I tell you to do or ask you to do, it's to help you learn the program. If you eliminate doing it, you're not going to learn. Looky there, not one comment. And right here it says comment with a lean protein and a fibrous carb combo you would like to eat. So all these things, I have this built like an electronic textbook to help you figure these things out. So please make sure that you go in every day and look for the post, because so tomorrow's post is going to be day 3. And then tonight in 3 minutes, day 2, part 2 is coming out, which is this website and this webinar. What parts of the website, Era? Because I love to show that. You know what, Kim? This same exact post comes out in Fast Track. Did you post in the Second Chance group? But the same exact post comes out in each one. And what I'm going to do is I am going to continue and show Era some parts that she wants to see. If anybody has to hop off, I understand. If you have time to hang around, I'm going to show this. So let's see. Yeah, Kim, fast track will be good. All right, Era, putting in your meals and water. Okay, so this is what I do. It's in your journal. I also use the mobile-friendly website. Era, are you using mostly a computer or a phone? Phone. Okay, so on a phone, I still have this. I still use this on my phone too. So it'll look the same, so I'm not going to worry about that. But on your phone, one of the things I want you to do, Era, is I want you to log into the Shibboleth website on like through your search engine. So log into Facebook, log into myshibboleth.com and log in. Once you've logged in, click on your profile. The reason I want you to click on your profile is because this picture right here, I love seeing this absolutely every time I open up my app on my phone. And so, not my app, the mobile friendly website. So see how I have everything in this folder. You see that folder with all the little black squares? That's my Shibboleth folder. So I'm going to click there. And I click on my profile. See how that pops up, my picture, my little graph? I like seeing my weight loss graph, okay? But the reason I want you to have that, your profile there, is because I don't want you to save your journal as a shortcut to the home screen. You don't do that because the day that you saved your journal to the home screen, every single time you go to that, you're going to always go back to that one random day that you saved it. Well, that's annoying. Okay, so if you just save it to your profile, you get to see this visual, which is a really good visual. You could also save your timing chart there. I don't know about that. But anyway, the timing chart, I was just concerned it might go to the wrong day too. But if you go to, and it's not that Shibboleth has it set up wrong, it's the way that they save the website URL. Okay, so we got this right here. You're going to click on this green one. Okay, so it came there. And everything that's there, I'm going to show you on the screen on my computer just because it'll be easier to see. But just know that everything that you see on the computer, it's all right there. You're just scrolling up. Okay, so let me give you some little tips about this. So there's 4 save buttons on this page. And I want to tell you when to hit all of those save buttons. I also want to show you real quick that there are 2 views. So you may be saying right now, wait a minute, hers does not look like mine. You see right here? Do you see where it says view, new view, old view? I like the old view, so I keep it in there. Let me click on the new view and show you. The new view has these tabs. Well, I don't want to click on those tabs. I just want to scroll down and do what I got to do and hit save where I got to hit save and move on. So I don't like those tabs, so I don't use that page. But other people may like that, and obviously somebody requested it because they worked it into the website. But I like the old view just because I only just have to scroll on the one page. I don't need to click tabs. Okay, so every single morning, you're going to come right here and you're going to check what kind of day you're having. Now, as a lifetime member, you see a whole bunch of other names in there rather than just perfect and rather than just holiday. When you're first getting started, I only want you to concern yourself with holiday and perfect day, okay? So today, I had a perfect day. So we're going to click perfect and we're going to hit save. And that's going to be set. That's actually creating an icon on my timing chart for me. That's really important for you to visualize. There's also, this is a journal video. The journal video is really important to watch. Once you've watched that, click yes. because you may have a little backup of journal videos in there, and if you'll hit refresh or use your finger and pull your screen down, it'll refresh that screen. It'll pop in the next video, and then you can keep watching and clicking yes and keep refreshing. And what will happen is for all of the videos that you watch, you get points into your system that eventually will give you $5, $10. I had a little buildup of $40 that you can use in the Shibboleth store. So by participating in the website, by journaling, by watching videos and marking them as watched and other things, you get points in here. So you can watch that video and you can hit yes. So this is where you're going to do your food. So we got a food log. Favorite meals are just meals that you've entered over and over and over. Your favorite foods right here, these are the foods that you are hearting in the food library. Favorite recipes are recipes that you are hearting in the food library. And perfect food combinations is a combinations chart. But right here, I'm going to click on this drop down arrow, and there are your options for what it is. So everything that you eat has to be called something. Got to be called something. So meal replacement is what a third of a hemp bar is called. So I marked meal replacement, I put in third of a hemp bar, and then the categories, I just put MR for meal replacement, because that's what it is. It isn't like a 1 plus a 2 plus a 3. It's just a meal replacement, so MR. If I had taken a picture of it or wanted to take a picture of it, I could do that. When you're using that on your phone, you need to actually, I think I already have a picture in your photo library for the website, but if you're using the app, you could take your photo with it. Then you put the time that you ate it. I ate it at 8 a.m. Okay, so I haven't actually finished journaling for today, so I'm going to do that now, which is great. I'm going to mark a meal. I had chicken breast. I had broccoli. Cauliflower. How do you spell cauliflower? I had chicken breast, broccoli, and cauliflower from a restaurant. So chicken breast, even though it is a category 1 when you cook it properly at home, at a restaurant, it's a 4. Okay. Now, if I wanted to put a plus sign, I could. That just takes me an extra step, and I don't do a plus sign. I just make things easy. This broccoli and this cauliflower are both category 2s, so I just put a 2. To make myself my life easy. That's that. And then I ate that at 12. So then, mid-afternoon, I had a snack. I had a Power Crunch bar. And it was just a snack, so I just retype over there snack. And I had that, I think about 2:15 or so. And then I'm going to click add line. I had a very strange dinner because I was out and I just went over to the Shibboleth store. So I'm going to put a meal. It was kind of strange. I had some sweet hemp flakes and protein chips. Well, sweet hemp flakes are a 1 and a 2, and the protein chips are a 3. 1, 2, 3 is a proper combination. I ate that at 5:15. And then see where I have to hit save right here? I want to go ahead and hit save right there because I don't want what I just did to get lost. But then once it comes back to this page, I scroll down and look at what else I can put in here. Okay, when did I wake up? I already put in there I woke up at 6:30 because I did that this morning when I journaled what type of day I was having. When did I go to bed? Well, I'll probably go to bed at 10:30, so I'm just going to put that there. My motivation is 1, you don't want to get out of the bed, and 2, you could whip a bear with a switch. But what the motivation is, how motivated are you to do this program? I'm motivated, so I leave mine at a 10. I weighed this morning, so I put in 139 pounds. You do not have to weigh every day, but if you do, put it in because it creates that chart that is on your profile page. I don't weigh, I mean, I don't measure a lot. I rarely measure, but when you are in weight loss for measurements, you can measure every 4 weeks or every 20 pounds lost is a good gauge. Or if there was a week where you didn't lose any weight, you might want to measure, because a lot of times we're not necessarily, the weight isn't showing on the scale, but our body shape is changing, and that's huge, because that still means that you are accessing and burning stored fat, so it goes away. So knowing your measurements is good over time. My Fitbit is synced with this, and it just will generate over the nighttime. That's the way mine works. If you want to generate exercise homework, you can do that, all of those things. But I would just get down the logging your food and putting in your weight, what type of day it is, before you kind of go into this exercise thing. If you have taken a profile picture of yourself, not profile. If you've just taken a picture of yourself, a progress photo, you can put that in there. The reason you might want to do that is because going back over time and looking at your progress photos, which by the way you can do in this website, will show you how far you've come. If you put in a progress photo, you would need to eat you would need to hit save. You would need to hit save. Okay. But the description of the photo, this is a little awkward. The description of the photo, you would want to make sure you hit save down here if you want to type that in. This is where you're going to put your water in. I've had 80 ounces. And then these supplements are already pre-built into your system. And I've added all these supplements. So see right here how that's hyperlinked? If I click that, it'll go to a place where I can add supplements myself. So I have already marked what I had right here, marked all those. And I sound terrible tonight. I'm sorry you've had to listen to me so nasally, but I've been having an allergy attack, and I took a Benadryl this morning at 11:10. So I made that note there, which is a great way to keep up with random things. And then I'm just going to hit save right there. So that is the way that you can do that, Era. If you want to download the 99-cent app on your phone, the journal asks you less questions, but I like the full questions that are on the mobile-friendly website. If you go there, I clicked on journal. Do you see how everything that I just put in there synced with my phone, with my app? Anything you put in the app on the phone is going to sync with the website. That's good. That pink button down there is how you add things. So you can journal what type of day you're having, and you can add your meal, and you can put your measurements and stuff in there too, which is really quick and easy. So you could do that. Did that help, Era? And you'll get used to practicing. Good, good. I'm glad that helped. That was awesome. And I see a question on Facebook. Shay says, when you eat some Quest chips with a category 1 and 2, is that a 1, 2, 3 as well? Yes. Actually, Quest chips, Shay, with that is, let's look that up, because it's actually called a perfect pairing. Watch this. So I'm going to the food library. I'm looking up the Quest chips. I just put in Quest, because I want to put in as little as possible that will pull up the most options. So Quest protein chips. So this is how Quest protein chips are categorized. They can be used as a snack. They can be used as a meal replacement, and they can be used as a perfect pairing. So they don't have a category number, Shay. This particular situation that you're talking about is going to be called a perfect pairing. Now, approved portion, it says see description for details. Scroll. Right here it says you can have up to 2 bags as a -1 on the weight loss meter meal replacement, or one bag as a 0 weight loss meter snack. Anything that you eat as a snack, it's always going to move to a 0 on the weight loss meter because no snacks are good for weight loss. Okay, so the weight loss meter is also based on how you're using it. So it can change on how you're using it. If you're eating 2 bags of those as a meal, then it's a -1 on the weight loss meter. But if you're having it as a snack, it's a 0. Okay, so or Shay, this part is for you with the situation that you gave in the on Facebook. It says, or a perfect pairing with any meal combination that does not include a category 3 or a 5. So I hope that answers your question, Shay. Call it a perfect pairing. All right. Yeah, you can have them. It's just gonna, where we were putting that into the categories, just call it a perfect pairing, Shay. All right, well, I hope that y'all will catch me on the Shibby Show in the morning on the Shibboleth Facebook page. Good, I'm glad it helped, Kim. That is awesome. That is awesome. I really like to help. I love technology and I love teaching it. I never mind showing it. In fact, I get a real thrill out of helping people figure out how to how to save things. There's my son. Show things on add them to the home screen, how to pull them together in folders. I like to show people how to be able to access things very quickly on your phone, because the better you're set up, the more comfortable you're going to be just looking all the stuff up that you need. Oh, thank you, Catherine. Thank you. Thank you, Dolores. Thank you, Era. Awesome. Thank you. I do love to teach. I love to teach. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. Okay, well, if you have not liked the Shibboleth public Facebook page yet, please do that so that you can catch the Shibby Show in the morning live. If you don't catch it mornings live, it will show up in your journal on your website. So make sure you go in there. And if you participated live, make sure that you mark it as watched in your journal so you get those points. If you don't catch it live, just go watch it in the journal, because that way you get those points. Awesome, Sonia. Awesome. All right, y'all have a great night. Thank you, Laura. Thank you. And we'll get that taken care of for Laura and Dolores, all right? Bye, y'all. Good night.